hunted across worlds. But this time, the story's theirs. From director Dan Trachtenberg, Predator, Badlands flips the legend. A young predator exiled fighting to survive the deadliest world yet.
So this is your first hunt, and you've come to the most dangerous planet in the universe. Here, you're not the predator, you're the prey.
We went behind the cameras and into the chaos, the stunts, the heat, the creature work, and the cast that took the hunt to a whole new level.
I could help you. Well, good luck with your journey.
Elle Fanning and Demetrius Schuster-Koloamataji drop by to talk fear, fire, and what it takes to out-hunt a hunter. This is Predator Badlands taking over. Take a look!
Hey, and welcome in. Is it our half-hour special dedicated all things Predator Badlands? Let's get right to it. Elle, Demetrius, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic, brother.
Congratulations on this.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you so much.
It is so awesome, and as much as I want to talk about the technical effects and all the training of this, let's talk about the location. How bad were the locations?
They were amazing. I mean, it was in New Zealand, which is Demetrius's
Shout out.
home court.
Go Kiwi!
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it.
I'd never been before. It is so beautiful. The crew there is incredible. Like, I feel like I made such friends for life, like, on the set. We were so in it together. They were so supportive and doing very difficult things, you know, these stunts, these massive, you know, just epic scenes that we had to do on these big locations with all this wire work. And I think in the film, because it was shot in New Zealand, when you watch it, it adds so much heart to the movie because it is on these just incredible landscapes and the mountains and the black sand beaches and everything you see. It wasn't CGI. Like, we were on these beautiful locations.
Yeah.
You know, we were in studio a bit, but when you see the sweeping, beautiful, you know, landscapes, it's New Zealand.
Yeah, talk about your proudest day on your home turf. What was it?
And the first day on set, like realizing, man, we're actually shooting in my home. This is crazy. We were on a beach that I've visited so many times, Bethel's Beach, and yeah, kind of just donning the Predator costume, walking along. I was like, man, this is so crazy, you know, that I get to film here. And what was really cool as well was Dan was really adamant on paying homage to the people and the place. You know, it's very sacred ground that we would be shooting on, so he made sure to, we call them whakatoes, which are like welcomings, you know, to the land, and, you know, acknowledging that these are indigenous lands with, you know, stories and history behind it. So paying respect to that, it was really heartwarming, you know, to see that they were taking those lengths to, you know, make sure that we were paying respect. So it was awesome, man. And yeah,
Absolutely. Now, having paid respect, now when you get to see the finished product, to see what it looks like when your homelands are literally trying to eat you.
yeah.
How was that?
It's cool. It's a cool little mix on New Zealand, because I feel like the Badlands is closer to Australia. We always,
Yeah,
we always
exactly.
joke about everything's trying to kill you, but back home in New Zealand, man, it's a lot more
friendly
chill.
creatures,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a bit friendlier in New Zealand, but I think it's really cool as well, because New Zealand's always been considered like this fantasy, you know, kind of realm, you know, with Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. So being able to introduce sci-fi, you know, to the mix and seeing it as like a landscape that, you know, is trying to kill you, you know, and is
whole other
yeah,
planet.
otherworldly, you know. It's really cool for for the country, and to see it in that kind of light. It's exciting, man.
Your performance shines through. You know, so many actors before have played this, and it's all makeup or CG. No, because of the technology, we see your performance in this, and it's so brilliant. The chemistry that you two have together. And extended chemistry, Elle, you get to play along an actress named Elle as well.
Yeah.
How was she to work with?
Extremely difficult.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Your character is so nice, and her character not so much.
I know. Gosh. I mean, well, yes, I mean, my favorite scene partner is Demetrius in this film, but we were, you know, we were in it together on this one. We were really hooked up back to back, like on these wires, flying through the air, doing these fight sequences, and so he was such a support for me on set. And because there were challenges, I mean, just physical challenges, but also the acting challenges of, like you said, playing the dual roles and wanting to make sure that, you know, Thea and Tessa, who I play, we wanted to make them as polar opposite as possible. And it was interesting. Yeah, I've never had to play against myself before. So it was kind of it was complicated, but I'm very happy I had Demetrius there and Dan, our director, who's just so brilliant and dreamed up this entire world. He helped me along the way to, you know, to keep me in check, and it was exciting. It felt very rewarding.
And it's among your best work.
Thank you.
And you as well. Congratulations. I can't wait to see where this goes next, and thanks for hanging out.
Thank you for having me.
When we come back, that whole scene with the trees trying to eat this guy and how they play into it, and how they survive, and why you're rooting for them. As we continue our half-hour special, we will be right back.
Welcome to the most dangerous planet in the universe, where everything is trying to kill you.
I need a hand.
You're here to prove yourself. Hunting something that can't be killed.
Hey, welcome back. It's our half-hour special, Predator Badlands. We just talked to Elle and Demetrius. As you saw, casting is key, and they crushed it. What else is key? Location. You want stuff going on in the background, and this is the most practical shoot I have ever seen. Largely shot on location in New Zealand. Treacherous forest, treacherous jungles. I mean, everything pretty much wants to kill Deck the minute he gets there. In fact, this is an awesome clip that kind of sets it up. The forest versus Deck. Take a look. Sorry, just making sure this foliage doesn't want to kill me. You're fine, foliage. All right, so how epic did that look? That's the reason you need to see it on the biggest screen possible. I highly recommend IMAX before it goes away. All right, so while we talk about the making of the movie, best to show you the making of the movie. Take a look.
Today we had our first rain, which we wanted for most of the movie. Luckily, this did create the kind of atmosphere that we want. We want the movie to not be bright and sunny. We want it to be a little bit more atmospheric. Come with us on this journey. Follow us.
With Predator Badlands, the first thought was, what if we take this classic movie monster and make you root for it? We wanted people to relate to this creature that is simultaneously vulnerable, but still a terrifying monster.
Awesome, awesome.
And we wanted to give it a sense of nobility and dignity in a way that we don't normally see in this genre. That was the challenge of Badlands.
So this is your first hunt. You're after a creature that can't be killed.
We've never attempted a giant adventure film.
Ready, action!
Here, you're not the predator. You're the prey.
We wanted to make sure to give people a big screen experience that would be absolutely insane.
How awesome is that? I know you're already about this movie, but if not, coming up next, director Dan Trachtenberg tells you why this movie is going to be more epic than ever and why it flips the script. Hey, welcome back to our half-hour special dedicated to all things Predator Badlands. Dan is in the room right now. Congratulations. Another one under your belt.
Thank you.
So every decision you've made for Predator has gone the right direction. This, albeit an altogether new direction. The first movie wasn't born until you were in elementary school. How is this in your DNA?
Because I was aware of it in elementary school. I remember distinctly being in a carpool on the way to a karate tournament. I was in 3rd grade, and all the 6th grade boys had just seen Predator, and they described the entire movie to me word for word. So the first time I saw it was in my own imagination. And that really, and frankly, I remember them specifically saying at one point there was a fight between the Native American scout Billy and the Predator on a bridge over a waterfall. And of course, that scene is not in Predator, but it lived in my memory. And of course, the first Predator movie I make is about a Comanche warrior going toe-to-toe with a Predator.
Which was insanely awesome. Now, at what point do you say, hey guys, do you mind if we flip it and make the world sympathetic for the Predator? How was that received?
It wasn't like I really want to make the world sympathetic. That wasn't the fuel to the fire. It really was, man, we've spent all this time in this franchise watching the Predator get its butt kicked. And it's supposed to be the greatest hunter in all the galaxy. Maybe it should win once. But in thinking about it winning, I didn't want to just make a slasher movie where the bad guy wins at the end. I then became like, well, what if we found a way to get people to root for it, but not defang it, not declaw it in any way, allow it to still be ferocious and bad, but find ourselves having witnessing some emotionality to it. So that was where making the Predator the underdog in its own circumstance and taking a hallowed modern movie monster. We've all gone to science fiction films and fallen in love with the creature sidekicks or the monstrous villains, and they've never been actually at the helm of their own story. So that was really the fuel to the fire of this movie, is like doing something, creating a ride that none of us have gone on before.
Yeah, talk about falling in love with the character. Demetrius, beyond the prosthetics, beyond the CG, is giving this brilliant performance, despite not really speaking. Oh, no, I take that back. Not only is he speaking, you hired someone to create a language. I'm talking with him in a moment. Mm-hmm. Talk about that.
Yeah. Boy, it was one of the most challenging endeavors of the whole thing. Britton Watkins, linguist who developed the Yautja from the ground up, both written and spoken. There was really nothing there. He used the physiology of the Yautja's face and previous, though subtle, vocals to inform the grammar, the sentence structure, the phonics, everything. I can't speak a word of it. My mouth literally will not let me enunciate a sound from the language. But yeah, Britton created it pretty much whole cloth, and Demetrius was able to get lines in the morning that we had changed, and he would be able to do it in both English and in Yautja, and deliver a real powerful performance in this other science fiction language.
Yeah, and on the other side of that, in some ways, it's a buddy picture. I mean, don't take that lightly. It's awesome. You got to work with Elle Fanning, and then you also got to work with Elle Fanning.
Indeed, it was an absolute delight. She is a delight. And when we were casting the movie, I was watching The Great at the time, and I found her to be very funny, but also incredibly intense. And these roles demanded both of those things. And what I did not expect was how physically demanding the roles actually were, and she was very excited and super game for really throwing her body into the movie. And just a normal walk and talk in this movie is actually incredibly physically taxing. We had wire rigs all over New Zealand, and there was one moment where Elle said, you know, I had like several shots figured out just to get her to be strapped onto his back. And she said, I think I can just do it with like my body. And sure enough, she like stood up in a very specific way, and then they both walked back to back, and it completely pulled off the magic trick that we'd spent the entire movie using wires and this crazy wheelbarrow system. And then on the final week of shooting, Elle figured out this thing, and Demetrius was like, couldn't you figure this out like 5 weeks before? But it's one of the best effects in the movie, and it's all done because Elle is just a tremendous actor who knows how to use her body.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we're wrapping this up in 2 minutes on Meeting the Father. One word of advice for Meeting the Father.
Be nice, show respect. Yeah.
It's a few more words. You definitely need them. All right, coming up in 2 minutes, we're going to wrap up this hour special. You're going to meet the father and my favorite clip from the film next. Thanks for hanging.
Awesome.
Hey, welcome back to the final moments of our half-hour special dedicated to all things Predator Badlands. Yes, the father has arrived, and I'd like to talk to you, but I don't speak the language. We're going to fix that in a minute. First of all, I know it's the end of the show, but let's put it into context. Where this movie all begins is where the script is flipped. Someone pays the ultimate sacrifice, leaving you set up for sympathy for a predator. Take a look.
Gulang, Yuhulix. Aslan.
How awesome was that? If that doesn't make you fear the father, I don't know what will. Standing beside me is this guy, Britton. We've been friends for a while. You are a language expert. In fact, he created the Predator language.
I did.
All right, how daunting is that? Like, you're not faking it. You're not creating lines. You're creating a whole language.
It's a whole grammatical language. So anything can be translated into it. Whatever the script needs, that's what we did.
All right, let's be honest. This is what you do for a living. You've been close to this production and its predecessors, but it's kind of wild to stand right in front of the guy.
It's kind of wild.
Can you teach me a little something?
Yeah, if you meet somebody Yautja and you don't want to get your head cut off, you say it's honorable to know you.
And how would I say?
Ekungae. Ekungae.
Akungae.
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 Very good.
I'm terrified. Akungae.
He says yes.
Okay.
That's a thumbs up in Yautja, I think.
Can you give me another line, a little something?
Alec o Yaungak Hre Yautjagan. Friends to none. The Yautja are friends to none.
And how do I say that again?
Alec o Yaungak Hre Yautjagan.
Alka, yo no leg a hutsaren.
Horus o Yawak, Hare Yauchalin.
He's repeating, we are prey to none, we are friend to none.
I heard him mocking me in there somewhere. Hey, it's an honor to meet you.
Great.
You've seen the movie. What did you think?
Oh, it's phenomenal. I mean, it totally turns everything upside down. Love it.
You've seen the movie. What do you think? Yeah, and?
He said only a human would ask that question.
All right, I'm getting a signal it's time to go, so we got to wrap it up. Can we just stand here awkwardly while in credits roll?
Can do.
All right, just kind of do an elevator talk. Do predators take elevators?
Elevators, Todd, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
All right,
they
so
do
there you
take
go.
elevators.
Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you missed any of this, find us on YouTube and be sure and like and subscribe. And to the people watching on AFN in 177 different countries and territories worldwide, thank you so much for fighting the real battles for us. You are awesome, and we'll see you next time. Britton, thank you.
Thanks so much.
All right, let's stand around. How long until he destroys us?
Maybe we got another few seconds.
Pop that in logo. Peace.
I didn't think you survived. You're hunting something that can't be killed.